So what do you want to
Go ahead. You just make your way to the seats.
Check it out. Down skyline, Las Colinas.
Yeah, he's in here studying. It's a perfect setup for him to study. What's in your lap? What is that?
Sermon. It's under.
Woo! I mean, I don't know really where to begin with that. I would say that obviously it was the most memorable and cataclysmic time of our lives.
You were getting ready to stand up and preach the first message. Mm-hmm. And from that point on, it was just, God just grew the church.
Yes, He did. Through our imperfections and through fallen, infallible people, God has, built His church. Jesus said, the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. God called us here to build Fellowship Church. It's not us, it's God. God has done the building. He's just allowed us to be a part. I feel like we've been on the back of an F-47, just hanging on. So to really understand and appreciate what He built and is still building, you have to go way, way back to when the foundation was being laid. It all started at Florida State University. I went there to play basketball. Lisa was my girlfriend in high school, and she also attended. My teammates were far away from God, to say the least, and one night I remember kneeling down in my dorm room and praying a simple, high-risk prayer to the Lord. I said, God, use me to lead one person to Christ. And the very next day, I'm walking to class with this guy, and he looks at me and he goes, Ed, something is different about your life. I want what you have. I couldn't believe it. And later that day, I had the opportunity to lead him to Christ. And that following Sunday, I took him with me to church. And for the first time, I really saw church through someone else's eyes. It changed my life forever. I thought, what if there was a church where my teammates could understand everything that was going on? I didn't realize it, but at the time, God was drawing the plans for a church just like that. He was laying the foundation for the vision and purpose of Fellowship Church. I felt God impress upon my heart to go into the ministry. So I gave up my scholarship, moved to Houston, and started working at my father's church, Second Baptist. And at the time, it was the largest church in America. Lisa and I got married, and I began speaking and earned my Master's of Divinity. And then in 1990, God brought us to Irving, Texas. We loaded one car, one kid, one dog, and drove up to Dallas to help start Fellowship Church with 30 families.
In the beginning, we were in the 700 building, is what we called it. It's called the MacArthur Commons.
People started showing up, person after person.
One of the things early on that I recognized in Ed was that he had a real heart for winning the lost. And I had prayed to the Lord for years. I want to see people come to know Christ, and that was one of the things that I saw in him. When he came, oh boy, he started changing things.
The first time I walked in, You see the creativity, there's so much great energy. It was obvious that this church was all about reaching people with the gospel of Jesus Christ.
We were going to church, but there was something pretty big that was missing. I put my law practice, my profession way ahead of church.
Denny would get up and go to the office. I would get up, get the girls ready for church, and sometimes they'd ask, how come Daddy's not going with us?
I knew that it was a formula for disaster. So we hear about Fellowship Church.
The minute we got here, we walked in, you could feel the buzz, the excitement.
When we got really plugged into the body of Christ, it changed work, it changed home life, it changed the family, it changed our friends, it changed everything.
Every week was exciting. Story after story of people's lives being changed.
Buried in Christ to death, rise again to walk in newness of life.
The children poured in, growing and growing and growing. With the children came the parents, and Lisa really emphasized to us the need for hospitality. That was a key component to our church growth. And we did it on a shoestring, and we did it by volunteers. It's always been about volunteers.
We were asking, what if? I had an idea. What if we did an outdoor concert? How are we going to pull this off?
And we sent out, door to door, we went crazy.
And according to the city of Irving, there were 15,000 people. We had 500 volunteers, which means that we had people who didn't even go to our church volunteer for this event. People were like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll try the church out. We grew so much that we had to knock out a wall, and then, as if God just worked a miracle, the city of Irving opened the Irving Fine Arts Center, and we were able to rent it.
I remember the people as they came in streams, and I stood there and cried for how faithful God was to bring in wanting to bring people to know the Lord.
Our church has been going for a couple of years. Good Morning America did this huge special on our church.
One minister has his own unique answer to the question of how to bring people back to the fold.
We think the church should be fun too and exciting, and people come to where there's life.
There was a gentleman from Harvard. He was doing all this research, and he was ranking churches.
He gave us 5 out of 5 stars. Yeah. Bam!
Morning, George.
Good morning.
Well, let's get right to your review. How did you rate that service that we saw?
Oh, it's 5 stars. I would 5 crosses maybe I should say. I thought this was a fantastic service.
God just grew the church.
Yes, he did. We became totally packed out. Where do you go from there? Well, just almost right across the street was MacArthur High School.
I think at the time, the way God grew the church, we were the largest church in America without a permanent building. We knew it was about time to build. We had this sense that it was time, but there was one problem. We had no money, no credit, nothing. So what we did have though was faith and God's faithfulness.
We as a church are at the most critical and exciting stage in the history of our church family, building God's church.
In 1996, God opened the door for us to get this incredible tract of land in Grapevine, Texas, 159.2 acres. We needed people to step up and give like never before. And through prayer, faith, and the supernatural hand of God, we came together as a church and gave to build a home where lives will be changed for decades to come.
Well, this is it. This is our last weekend here in these rented facilities before we move to our new building.
When we came to Grapevine, to our new location for the first time, we drove from MacArthur High School. There was a massive number of cars. When I saw the first car, I couldn't see the end of the line.
Welcome. I want you to look around just for a second, because what you're seeing is a God thing. It's staggering for me to be up here and just to realize 8 years ago, we were meeting in a little office complex with several hundred people. And to see what God has done is truly, truly awesome.
We opened the doors to our new Grapevine location and people started pouring in. Multiple services, overflow.
People were coming from all over the place. We even did Christmas Eve at the American Airlines Center, packed it out. 2 monumental services. We needed more and more space. From then, we decided to go where more and more people were living.
What's up, downtown Dallas? What's up, Fort Worth?
We're starting 2 prison campuses.
Welcome to Fellowship Frisco, everyone.
The building didn't stop there. We asked ourselves, what if we had a camp and retreat center like no other? That dream became a Lasso Ranch.
This is what faith that builds looks like. We want to reach people, and we're willing to do whatever it takes.
Like Warren Park.
There's so many things that we get to be a part of that help people rebuild their lives.
If not for Fellowship Church, we don't have the life we have today. I don't know 16 years sobriety, and we're not celebrating 25 years of marriage with 3 amazing children who all love Jesus.
We're here at our Hope for Our City event where so many volunteers are coming together to be the hands and feet of Jesus to our community.
We want to meet people right where they're at, whatever age or stage of life that they're in, and introduce them to the master builder, Jesus.
Growing up in FC Kids, it truly did change my life. I gave my life to Christ in FC Kids and then got baptized through our Kid Faith program. My life would not be the same. I would not be where I'm at if it was not for Fellowship Church.
I got invited to the mix at Fellowship. Right when I walked in, I just felt so loved. I wanted to know what all these people had. I wanted to know why they felt joy. And it was truly because of their relationship with Jesus, and I wanted that.
I was lost before, but now I'm found. I've accepted Jesus in my life, and I want everybody to have what I have now.
No matter what storm you find yourself in today, just know there's hope for you. I found it here through the women that walked alongside me during a tough time in our life, and you can too.
When I think back on Fellowship Church, I think about how Jesus has touched the lives of so many people and families who've experienced pain. I know that's true of my family, of the families of so many people I sit next to every single week. Even Pastor Ed and Lisa's family, as they experience the unimaginable passing of their daughter, Lee Beth.
From the bottom of our heart, we cannot thank you enough for being the church, for your prayers, for your support, for your love. And we definitely are devastated. But I know that God is carrying us through moment by moment, and it's because of his grace and love and power, and it's because of the power of the church.
More than anything that we have desired and are even committed more so than ever before in our lives is to see people come to a personal relationship with Jesus Christ. Because if it was not for that, we would have no hope.
That's right.
And we have the greatest hope that anyone could ever have because of Jesus.
When Jesus said, I will build my church, He meant we're called to build in the good times and in the pain. But understand this, Jesus is faithful to take our brokenness and use it to build something beautiful. We've seen God move in unprecedented ways these past few years, and there's one thing we're confident in. It's that Jesus isn't done building at Fellowship Church. Over this last year, we've seen a move of God at Fellowship Church in the next generation that is anything but common. We've seen more kids and more students than ever before fill our spaces, invite their friends, surrender their lives to Jesus, and become bold in sharing their faith. But what if we could do even more to reach the next generation? What if we could build a space unlike anything we've ever seen to reach more students than we possibly could imagine from all across the Dallas-Fort Worth area? A place where they could come and build relationships and build identity and purpose and get anchored to truth and hope. My prayer for you is that you will not miss this opportunity, that you will be a part of the build. 35 years, it's been awesome. But the next 35 are going to be even greater. And we want you to understand God is constructing His church. It's the only thing Jesus built. And we can be a part of it. Now is the time to build.